Hello all. Sorry for the delay today. It's been a crazy morning. Sorry about that. So we wanted to start doing the Bird Ballad Suite today. So I will show you a few samples. I will show you the stamp set, the paper, and we also make a card today. So let's get started with the Free as a Bird stamp. So that's this one here. And I love this stamp. It's one of my favorite stamps. I do have 3 birds, so this is one of my favorite stamps to use. And there's so many samples used with it. So I'm going to show you a few. These are ones that I've gotten from different swaps I've done. Some are from conventions, some are from doing swaps with my team members. Some are mine, so that one is one I did. So this is another one that I created. Now things are going to be probably upside down on the screen. Sorry about that. I'm trying to do things on my phone today because my computer is not working. So hopefully everything shows up properly and things are not backwards. I will be able to see comments right now, but once I flip the my phone over in order to do the cards, or in order to show you the card, I won't be able to see comments, but I will answer those messages at the end. So those are the samples, and then I'm going to show you the paper. So the Bird Ballad paper is here, and love this paper because there's so many designs you can use. It's got stripes. This paper is going out with the new catalog. The Free as a Bird stamp set is staying in, but the paper is going out. And then I'm going to show you the framelets, which have moved themselves all about, so here's hoping you can see them all right. So these are the framelets. So these are the stitched Nestled label dies. So we're going to use a few of these, actually we're going to use all of these products for this today. So we are going to make this card here. So these little jewels here, they're called, let me get my package out. They're called clear faceted gems. Those are also going out with the new book, which is really sad. I had bought a few of them, but I'm keeping them because I really like them. But they are also going out with the book, with the new, or coming, they're going out with the new book coming in, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to flip over the camera, and we're hoping that this works. I'm going to show you how to make that card. So here's hoping. Like I said, I won't be able to get any comments till the end, and I'm going to write up all of the comments or the instructions to the card at the end of the video, just because there's a lot of folding, there's a lot of cutting with this one. So I'm just going to go over the basics with you now, and then I'll list those all at the end, okay? So here we go. We're going to try to do this. Hopefully this works. Alrighty, sorry for the movement of my camera. Here's hoping that works and you can see. So here's my card. So that's my card, and I'm just going to show you how to put this card together. So first we're going to have a card base. So I've already cut the card base. So the card base, just let me get my, the card base is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. And then I've cut it out with the the, And that's from the Band's dies. So that's how I made that card. So that's the first step. The second step is I cut out, so this is it has birds on one side and dotted on the other. The dotted is the side we're going to use today. So that is from the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper. So that's what that's from. So that has the birds on the back, but we're going to use this dotted. And then we're going to use the small daisy punch, and we're going to cut a piece of that out. So that's that punch there. We're also going to use one of those clear faceted gems, and then we're going to use the largest stitched nestled labels die. And I always have trouble saying that, but they're the stitched nestled labels dies is what they're called. So we're going to stamp on that first, and we're going to use our large, so that is our E block, and you're just going to stamp that down. Sometimes with these larger blocks, I will do the memento to the stamp instead. It sometimes works a little bit better. I'm sorry for the shaking of the table. There's nothing I can do about that. Trying to keep my phone as steady as possible, but it's kind of tricky. So we're going to stamp with that, and then we're going to use blends to color it in. So we're going to use the dark mint macaron. We're going to use the light gray granite. We're going to use the dark petal pink. Oops. And we're going to use the dark crumb cake. So I'm just going to show you how to color that in. So it's going to look like that when we're finished. So what we're going to start with is the lightest color first. So we're going to go from light to dark is always the best bet. So what I did first is I colored in the birds' tummies with a little bit of the petal pink. And then I took the little side and I colored in all of the flowers. If you want to go over it with a Wink of Stella, you can. I didn't do that for this one, but it's also like Wink of Stella always adds a little bit of shine to the little bit of sparkle to the card. So the next one is gray granite. So the gray granite is just going to go, the light gray granite is just going to go on the birds themselves. And I totally forgot to color in their beaks. So their beaks are also the petal pink. So there we go. And then the next part is coloring in the leaves. So we're going to color in the leaves with the dark mint macaron. So we're going to use more of the pastel-y colors of the colors to color these in. So you wouldn't want to go with a dark tone when you're doing pastels. So if you're going to do all light colors, stick with them through your what colors you're picking. So you wouldn't use Mossy Meadow on this one because it's too dark and it would take away from the other birds. But if you made the birds darker, that color would be fine to use. So that's how I kind of pick my colors when I'm looking at my colors, as I go from, so I, you know, use all brights together kind of thing, and sometimes you can use a duller color, but it doesn't, kind of takes away from it. So those are all colored in. I'm going to go back and I'm going to color in the beaks of the birds with my small end of my blend. And then you're just going to color in the So the nice part about this card that we're making today is it is for a, now the word has fallen out of my head, for gift certificates. So that's why it has the hole in it. So I'll show you where that goes at the end. So that's all done. So we got that all finished. And so the next part is putting the card together. So what you're going to do is you're going to, once you have your card cut and scored, and you've cut out that circle with the delicate bands dies, you're going to cut out that circle, and then that's where the gift certificate's going to go. So what you're going to do is you're going to take first this one. So we're going to glue this one down first. So how you're going to do that is you're going to glue the top, and then you're just going to glue slightly around the sides. So you can use whatever. You don't have to shut this end up because it will be folded. So you're just going to go around the outer sides, and then you're going to put that there. And so your gift certificate would just go right in that hole because you've gotten it all the way around the side, so it won't fall out. And then you're going to shut that part. So once you have that put in, you're going to shut that part. And then we're going to take this paper. So this one is 2.5 by 4, and then the other paper is 4 3/4 by 4. So you're just going to put that down on the front. Just like that. So just give it a little bit of a band around the edges, and then you're going to take this one and you are going to cover up that large piece, and you're going to also put a band around the edges for that one. Just like that. And then the next part is we're going to take this part and we're going to put that back on. So you're going to take just a little bit of glue at the left end of that. So just a little bit of glue there, and you're going to stick that onto here. So you're going to try to get that as in the middle of the card as you can. So just like that. And then the last part is to close up the card. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your punch. So I punched that out, and that is of, what's the color? The color is Petal Pink for that one. So I cut that out of Petal Pink cardstock, And then what you're going to do is you're going to take that and you're going to take a dimensional, and you're going to put the dimensional on the back of that, and you're going to stick that down closest to the corner of the card, so this kind of closes up the card. So it will close it like that. So you're not actually putting it down, but you're using that flower as a closure. And then you're going to take your clear faceted gem and you're going to take one of those large ones off of there. And you're going to close that up. And just like that. So that's how it'll look like when it's finished. Alrighty. And that's all. And I will put the instructions for this card onto like a description, so you can do it at home. It is a really fun card to do. It's one that I've used. I've done this for a long time with different suites and different cards and different stamp sets. So that's all I wanted to show for today. And that's how you do that, and I will put that up. If you wanted to come back on the, what's my next one? So May the 19th will be my, nope. Yep. Tuesday, May 19th will be my next technique class. So that's the sunset, and I'll show you how to do the sunset and how to do that. And so they'll come back that day and we'll see you then. Hopefully this worked out better than the computer, and hopefully I can get my computer working again and we can do it back on there, because it's a little bit easier to do from there. But here's hoping this all worked out. Thank you for joining me.